This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by IBF champion of the world, Ebanie Bridges. Ebanie, how good does that sound?
You know what? It sounds really good. I'm loving it. It's great. I think it suits me.
Absolutely. You're here in Manchester, obviously your favourite fight day of the week, weighing day.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular you're looking forward to seeing on Saturday night?
Oh, obviously, I love Conor Ben. I'm really looking forward to him. I've seen him live a few times now, and he's just always exciting. And obviously, Alicia. I'm keen to see how Alicia goes, and what more she shows us tomorrow.
What do you make of Alicia? Because obviously there's been a lot of back and forth between her and Michaela Mayer. Alicia's sort of saying she wants to build that fight Troy, unify the Mayer fight bigger. But fans are obviously now like, look, we want to see that. What do you make of all the back and forth and how that's been going? It's another thing for women's boxing. Yeah, exactly. It's helping grow it.
No, it's great. It is. It's great for women's boxing, and I think Alicia's saying now she wants to, unify first, because Michaela's already unified. Do you know what I mean? So Alicia could go unify, and then they can fight for the Undisputed out, and I think that's great. Like, it just builds a fight more. The longer that they don't fight, not that you want to be too long, but the more that builds up, the better. And I think that's a great fight. Like Michaela's one. I could say she's definitely top two of my favourite female fighters. I love Clarissa as well.
Is she the other one, Clarissa?
Yeah, Clarissa. Yeah, and Michaela. I love watching them box. Alicia, she's got a different style, and she's not as, say, the work rate is a different thing. She obviously has power, which Michaela doesn't have, but Michaela has showed us kind of everything. She's really, the way that they've done her career, Michaela's career, they've built her in a way that she's literally fought every single style. She's pretty much ready for everything. Where Alicia, she's experienced, but I haven't really seen that much. She's but we can kind of tell by the kind of fighter what kind of style she has. She kind of has a style like Clarissa, that real kind of slick American style. Yeah. And she doesn't rush. She composed like Clarissa. I just want to see more of her though. And I think she's going to be very similar to that. What's she like when she gets into a dogfight? She doesn't knock someone out. That's what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? How she goes with a dogfight, or she's strong as hell. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. There's no problem with building it. I think all that back and forth is great. All that kind of rivalry is great for women's boxing, you know what I mean? Keep pumping it out, and I hope they do. And Kayla's great with the shit talk. She was great when it was...
funny, isn't she?
Oh, she's brilliant. And she was great with Terry Harper. Yeah. But now Terry Harper's obviously gone out of the division, and so she's got Alicia. But it's great. It's entertainment. That's what it's about, you know what I mean?
Anyway, let's come back to you.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, you got that goal now checked off. You're walking around IBF champion. Does it feel how you thought it were going to feel? You've had that couple of weeks now to look back on it and reminisce and see. How are you feeling? Is this what you expected it to feel like?
Oh, can I be honest? I don't want to be honest without kind of being disrespectful, but yeah, honestly, for me, on the night, obviously it was amazing. I feel like it's accomplished. It's a goal accomplished, and I was so happy, and I am so happy I'm the champion. You know what I mean? It is an amazing feeling, but it's not like I'm satisfied. It's not like, cool, I'm so happy, and it's the best thing in the whole world. Because now I'm just like, okay, now what? Yeah. It's honestly for me, it's always like, okay, every time I tick off a goal, it's like, now what? What's next? It's like you're never satisfied. Do you know what I mean? And it's only everything's bigger, and you got to keep chasing and keep wanting to be better and keep wanting to improve and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed the night and I enjoyed the moment, and it is great to have that. And like I said, say fuck yous to the doubters, but it's still this is just the beginning for me. Now I'm it's like you're in high school and now I'm in university. I got another goal. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I was going to come on to. You sort of half mentioned it there. How satisfying is it so that you can, say the whole "fuck you guys"? I did, because you've done it. You've done it the difficult way. Obviously, we all know you came across. You fought Shannon on short notice. You had that injury to your eye. You showed a lot in that. Showed you can fight. Then you fought Gangloff. You had an injury. You also had an injury going into the Connolly fight. You torn lat or whatever.
Yeah, torn lat, yeah.
And then you took on.
Traveling around the world.
Yeah, and you took on Cecilia Roman, who was the longest reigning champion in the division. Is that so satisfying to say, sit back and go, you know what, it doesn't matter what people say because I'm the champion, and you can't dispute that, you can't take that from me?
Oh, definitely satisfying, I didn't realise how satisfying it would be, because I don't use people's doubt and wanting to prove people wrong as motivation. I'm not one of those people that get motivated I can't wait to prove these people wrong, or I'm doing this to prove all the doubt. Like, because I don't give a fuck what people think. Like, I honestly, like, I couldn't care less if you believed in me or not, because, like, it's got nothing to do with my motivation. Some people get really motivated by that. Some people really do get motivated by, eccentric kind of stuff, like that. But not me. I'm very self-motivated, and I just want to be the best and best that I can be. But when I won, it kind of was like, yeah, like, you know what? Fuck you guys. Like, I told yous, and yeah, eat that, like, eat your words. Because, and it's not only just because I became world champion. I put on a great performance. You can't. It was, and it was a great performance. I think I showed I can box. I fought on the inside well. It wasn't messy. Like, it wasn't like, wild, and it wasn't an ugly performance. You know what I mean? And I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so when I put in a kind of skilled fight like that, you know what I mean? I think that's something as well. So, yeah, like I said, you can't deny it. You can't deny me now, and I'm only going to get better. I already feel better. So yeah.
Last time we spoke in Leeds, you said, I think before the fight, the Ebanie Bridges story needs a world title, but you've got that now. So I suppose, not to be all cliche, but what's the sort of next chapters? Are you wanting to jump into unifications, have a voluntary? Yeah. Where's sort of your next step? Because really, you're the shot caller now. You have the belt. Yeah. You're in the position now to sit back and go, I'll choose what I want to do now, kind of thing, without having to sort of go through a system.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Obviously, it's not finished. I was like, first with Eddie, I went to the HQ, we had a meeting, and the first thing I was like, obviously, I want to unify, like, because that's the next step for me. You know what I mean? And we all want to unify, really, all the champions. But Eddie was like, look, let's do this and let's do that. And I think he wants me to do, and my team as well, want me to do a voluntary defence, which is fair enough. And then we'll go into looking at the big fights after that. But yeah, like you said, I've got the belt, and the name. Not everyone has it. No one else has a name in the division. You know what I mean? Out of the champions, really. So I'm the one that everyone wants to fight, really. And I'm the money fight. But no matter what fight I have, it's going to be good for me. You know what I mean? So it's just about what's right, what my team want to do, what Eddie, everyone thinks is right for my career. But for me, they're all good fights, and for me, I beat them all. Like, it's, you know what I mean? So I'm not really fussed. I really do believe, I believed, and I knew, and we had the talk before, and you felt my confidence, and I knew I was going to be world champion. When I first started, I was like, I'm going to be world champion, and I totally believe that I'm going to be, unified, and I know I will, because I'm saying I'm going to be, and I'm going to be undisputed. It's all going to come.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I speak to, and you sort of get a feeling. But when we spoke, however many years ago, and you were like, "Look, this is what the plan is, and I want a belt, and I'll be world champion." You sort of felt something was in the air for it to happen, and you went out and did that. You seem to. One thing I noticed about you as well, obviously, but forget your driving stuff. You're quite injury prone. Now, every time we speak, there's a problem, there's an injury. Your hand's in ice. What's going on with this little thing you've got in your hand here, and what's the damage? How? When can we expect you back out? Are you due any surgery? What's the crack with it?
Yeah, so I'm a bit Humpty Dumpty, but I always continue to push through. That's one thing you can be sure of. I'm always going to try and push as hard as I can. Look, I've got a consult or whatever with a surgeon on Tuesday, up here actually in Manchester, and he's going to pretty much, we're going to have a chat and see what the crack is. But I personally want to try and get through at least one more fight before I have a surgery. I think I'm going to definitely need a surgery. You
are going to need a surgery. Yeah.
But I'm going to talk to this surgeon and just hope that can I get through one more camp, and that's the kind of thing. It's like, can I get through the camps? Because if I can't get through the camps because of the pain in my hand, then you know what I mean. I'm just going to have to, unfortunately, bite the bullet and do that. But I'm just staying positive, and I'm not going to make any assumptions. I'm staying positive and putting out into the universe that I'm going to be fine for another camp, and I'll be out in summer, by the end of summer, to do a defence of my belt. That's the plan, and hopefully we can do that.
Where are you wanting to fight next? Are you wanting to go back to Leeds on another big card, or will it be necessarily? I know Josh Warrington's out with a broken jaw at the minute, and obviously if he's in Leeds, I'm sure you'll be on the undercard. But if it goes to Nottingham, if he fights Lee Wood, is there you got a preference? Or are you just happy to go where it is?
Man, I feel like I've got support around the whole country, you know what I mean? So I don't really care where I fight. I mean, around the globe, I'd be happy to go fight in America, you know what I mean? I fought in America before, and I know I do have a lot of fans in America because, when I go there, I feel the vibes there. And I would love to fight in America, whether that be my next fight. why not? You know what I mean? But if not, I'm happy to fight anywhere in the UK. You know, I love the UK, and let's spread the blonde bomber out. You know, I've done Leeds twice, and I love Leeds. But let's get me around. You know, I'll fight bloody in Ireland. I'll fight in Scotland. I'll fight anywhere. London. You know, I'm happy to fight anywhere. I'd love to fight in a really big name, another big name kind of guy. You know, male card. You know. Because, you know, I feel like I deserve that right with my name as well. And now that I'm a world champion, you know, I think that I should get those kind of fights on those big cards, you know, like with the Anthony Joshua and these names, you know. So that would be great. But, hey, I don't call the shots, but hopefully I can nudge some things.
You're going to have to nudge Eddie pretty hard. But obviously with that Anthony Joshua fight coming up, that could be something you could look at or work towards. I don't know when they're looking at putting his. I think I read July or something like that. Is that going to affect you with the hand, or would you be able to do a camp with that? Or is it just going to see?
I feel like July could be slightly soon, unless it was the end of July. I'm not too sure, only because I also have to go home. I'm going home in 2 weeks, and you know my camp's here, so I got to go home. I've got a lot of stuff to sort out at home, and then to go home and then come back to start my camp. So I need 8 weeks.
You're looking forward to going home to see maybe your mum, your dad, things like that, bring the belt home and say, look what I did, and have that sort of moment with them, because obviously people forget you've travelled all across the globe and sacrificed.
This is my home, yeah.
So are you looking forward to that moment where you can sort of show? You got a twin brother, right, as well?
Yeah.
Looking forward to sharing that moment with them.
Yeah, honestly, I can't wait, because you know obviously they haven't seen me, and I switch off during camp. I don't really talk to anyone from home, and my mum hates it, and yeah, she does. She keeps trying, and I just I've said to her, I'm sorry, but I don't miss anyone. I'm not thinking about anyone at home, because I can't. I just got to focus on my fight, and that's it. Like, can't be thinking about home, because then it takes you off the focus, you know. And so I'm sure she's feeling pretty needy and like really wanting to see her daughter. So they've all sent me videos of like my fight, and when they watch my fight, and my cousin like crying, and everyone's just so happy for me. So I obviously want to go home, have that time with them. Not just that, I want to go to my school and show the kids at school my belt. You know, like that's huge, because they've been following this as well for me, because I came over to fight Rachel Ball like in 2020, you know what I mean? And I left the school the first time for that, and then came back, and I'm like, I don't have the belt, you know, and went for Shannon and came back and didn't have the belt. So just like to show them that perseverance and not giving up on my goals, to come back and now show them, look, I did it, like I can't wait to do that. And yeah, my coach, my old coach, and my gym in Australia, you know, because they've all been part of the journey, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I just want to go there and be like, you know, and share it with them.
You sort of always take away my next question, just because obviously that's how it flows onto. I was going to mention the school as well, because I think we spoke before the Courtenay 1 fight, and you said, you know, the plan is obviously go there, get the belt, bring it back, show the kids. Yeah. Is that for you is like paramount? When you go back there, you've got to go to school and 100%. Show them, because we know how much we've spoken about it before, but teaching means a hell of a lot to you. Obviously boxing's your life and stuff, but teaching's a big part of your life too. Yeah,
definitely. You know, and I said it with the Courtenay fight, you know, in the presser, and you know, when we had our little face-off thing, that you know, I'm doing this, you know, because I want to get that belt, and I want to take it back to the kids. I want to take it back and show them, you know, that dreams are possible, and you know, if you work hard and you make sacrifice and you do what you're gonna do, you can get it, you know. And I think I can't wait, because they get so excited. They follow me on Instagram and the socials, and they're excited for me, and it gives them bragging rights. Like now they're like, hey, my teacher is a world champion, and I know they're gonna love that. And yeah, I can't wait to be there and share that with them. So
yeah, it's going to be a special moment for you. Well, look, Ebanie, I appreciate you giving us some of your time as always. Thanks for talking to Into Boxing. And what's the next thing then? Unified, Undisputed. They're the next 2 tick boxes in your chapters.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, one step at a time. You know, get a defense out, and then unify. Yeah, and then go for the Undisputed.
If Courtenay gets a belt, will you give her the shot?
Yes, if Courtenay gets a belt, then I'll definitely give her a shot. She won't, you know, she'll give her a shot, but I'll be taking the belts, you know. But I hope she takes the Jamie fight, and I hope she wins, because man, I don't fancy fighting her with no belt. You know what I mean? I don't really fancy giving her a shot at my world title with no belt. You know, don't like the girl. So to give her that opportunity and that paycheck, because you know I'm the only big paycheck for her. You know, so yeah, it kind of itches me a little bit. But I do want to have that fight, and I do want to knock her out, and get that redemption.
Some huge fights ahead for you. Look,
everybody's me. The blonde bomber.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.